In the last episode of Deadman's Deliveries, the big 100th episode, I unboxed this really nice Elite 119 John Cena along with the Invisible Collector's Edition John Cena. But can you guess which figure from Elite 119 I'll be unboxing today? Leave in the comments below. Let's get into it. And here we have it, my second figure from Elite Series 119 is all Ego, Ethan Page. We got 7 figures in this set. You got the new Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom. You have another new Braun Breaker with the Intercontinental title, Dexter Lumis in white 6 gear. You got the collector's edition John Cena, as I showed on screen, which was in the last episode. I'll leave up here. And then you have the Ethan Page. You have the normal attire, the normal figure with this attire, and then you have the chase attire figure in the blue, the red, the white. Not my favorite colors, but it was the chase figure, which is why I picked this one up. I picked it up from Smith's. I went to Smith's at the weekend just to check out what they had in a new store. They had all of these figures in the set. I only picked up this one because it was the chase, because there was a lot of cool figures in there, but it's my birthday fairly soon, so I thought I'll not get too many. I'll only get this one because it's the only way I guarantee I'd get the chase, other than paying over the odds for it, or just more money. But yeah, so worked out pretty well. I was glad I went. I think there was only one chase there, actually. But yeah, I don't know if I'll bother picking up the normal gear, but you know, it's not very different. It's the exact same, just different colorway. But we get into the interchangeable hands, 2 sets or a set of those, and then you have 1 point in hand and 1 mic hold in hand to match with the ones with the figure. Then we have this very nice updated NXT title, the NXT 2.0 title, with the sort of rainbow designs, the blue in there, the orange, and a little bit of like purpley, yeah, purple. And you got the blue on the side plates as well. It's a very shiny title, but yeah, really nice. It's like my 3rd or 4th one of these. I got a couple with the Elite 104 Braun Breaker. I think I got one with an Ilya Dragunov. And is that it? Yeah, I think this is like my 4th one of these. But yeah, quite a nice title. Obviously, this is, or the original, the normal gear, the normal figure is from his NXT title win, I assume. This one, I don't know when it's from. I assume it's from his NXT title run. But you know, either way, cool to have. It is a first time in the line. It is my first ever Ethan Page. He did have an AEW figure, as he was obviously in AEW prior to joining NXT. But I do prefer WWE figures in general, and you know, there's a lot of uncertainty at the minute about if AEW and Jazzwares will be carrying on going forward. There was a rumor going around that that partnership was done. Sort of not sure about that right now. It's always been a bit of a weird line, you know, like taking them a really long time to both put stuff out and actually just, you know, update people on stuff. And they've done a lot of releasing figures of people after they've already left the company, which, you know, we've seen the exact opposite from Mattel. You know, if we go back to Elite 69, if you remember that, Dean Ambrose was supposed to be in that set, but he was replaced with Rey Mysterio at the last minute. That's why there was a Rey Mysterio in Elite 67 and then Elite 69, like so close together, which doesn't generally happen, because that was originally a Dean Ambrose spot, but Dean Ambrose obviously left, going on to AEW as Jon Moxley. So yeah, but we haven't seen that with AEW. AEW have released countless figures of people like new Cody's after he'd already debuted in WWE, Jeff Hardy's when he's and Matt Hardy when they went to TNA. think there's like a Mariah May coming out when she's now called Blake Monroe in WWE. But yeah, here, now the waffling's out of the way, here is the figure itself of All Ego Ethan Page. I think the head scan's pretty good. The AEW figure isn't a bad head scan, but I think this one's definitely a little bit nicer. I do like it. If we bring in a comparison here, I don't know about the skin tone, maybe a little bit off, but it looks more accurate off camera. On camera, it does look a bit more yellow. But to get into the gear, we have these plain black boots with a white three-pointed crown on both sides. We have the same logo on the knee pads, but instead with the white and the red, a little bit smudged on the white on the left, well, technically the right knee pad. But it's quite a nice design. It looks quite sleek with the obviously the blue background, the red crown with the white sort of edge, whatever you want to say, and then the two red lines on the back of the knee pad. Pretty jacked, to be fair, isn't he? Looking at, you know, his actual build, I think his arms might be a tiny bit on the big side. His torso looks fairly accurate, again maybe a bit on the big side, but yeah, not a nice figure. And then we come up into the trunks, and you have the same crown design on both sides with the stripes, I don't know, or like buildings, sort of looks like a bit of a rocket as well, coming out from both sides of then, and into the All Ego nameplate on the back, because that is his nickname, or it's just like what he goes by, All Ego Ethan Page. Honestly, don't know much about him. I do like him. I think he's definitely got a future in WWE. He's an NXT champion, NXT North American champion. So he'll be fine. I don't know when or if he'll go up to the main roster. Obviously, him and Ricky Saints debuted at similar times to each other, and I'm sure we'll get a figure of him sometime soon as well. I'll definitely be more. I've tried to watch more NXT recently because WWE's annoying me, but I'm going to get back to that, because, you know, when I implement these guys in the PIC-FED, because I do have a PIC-FED and I will be hopefully getting back to it fairly soon, I want to know a bit about them, their character, their storylines, what they've done, what they haven't done, move sets and stuff like that. Sorry, CM Punk, I know you don't like that word, but yeah, this is a really solid figure. I really like it. Articulation wise, that leg's fine. This one is getting stuck, but you sort of expect that these days. I did actually do a video on how to fix that, so I'll leave that up there, so I'll probably do that soon. But arm wise, I've got a full turn at the bicep. Sometimes they get stuck, but that's fine. The actual shoulder joint is all good. The double jointed elbows seem to be okie dokie. Ab crunch is good. The waist swivel's fine. The neck is as well. Head pops off nice and easy. Goes back on okay. It's a little bit wobbly, but that's not really a big issue. Knee bend is fine on that one. And same there. They are a little bit stiff these days, but that's just sort of comes with it. Really now. Full foot rotation there. That foot goes down really easily. The other one doesn't actually. It seems a little bit stuck there, but there's nothing a little bit of, you know, maneuvering about doesn't fix with the figures generally. I mean, if you do snap the legs off, like I've snapped some legs in my time. I've snapped legs, arms, you name it. I've probably done it to a figure accidentally, but I think generally if you're careful enough and you're patient enough, yeah, like it will be okay. So that's my main tip if you're struggling with figures being too stiff, or, you know, not maneuvering about, not working well enough in the joint. Just be patient, take your time, heat it up first. If you're like really scared of doing anything, definitely heat it up so the joint is a bit easier. For the legs as well, heat them up, take them off, put them back on. If you need to, you can Dremel out the socket in there, or like, you know, the hole that the ball goes into. the ball joint goes into, and that's sort of all you can do. But yeah, really nice figure. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. It's solid, you know, it's nothing special. Some accessories would be nice, maybe like a jacket like he had with his AEW figure, but can't complain. The NXT title is pretty nice. The head scan's good. Maybe another head scan or something like that would be cool. But yeah, this gets a thumbs up from me. This has been my review of Elite 119 Ethan Page, all Ego Ethan Page, and it's a very nice figure, so I'm happy with it. I'm glad I picked this up from Smith's. If you're thinking about getting the Chase or the regular, I definitely recommend the Chase. I cannot talk for the regular, obviously, because I do not have it. I opted for the Chase over it just because, as I said, it's the only way of making sure you definitely get it. But yeah, that is everything from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed. This has been episode 101 of Deadman's Deliveries. There is tons more to come in the coming days, weeks, months, years, and so forth and so on, whatever you want to say. But yeah, wow, I've got tons. I have tons of figures to unbox, so stay tuned for that. Got Wrestle Crate reviews, pay-per-view predictions, other stuff. What else have I got? The PIC-FED. I've got a lot of content coming soon, shorts if you're into that, and yeah, tons more to come. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like, subscribe, and comment what you'd like to see going forward on the channel in the comments, or just your thoughts on the figure. If you've got it, if you've got the normal, let me know what you think of that, or if you got both, let me know what you think of both, which one you prefer, all that good stuff. Comment down below what you'd like to see going forward on the channel, and make sure you subscribe with your post notifications turned on so you don't miss an upload. That is all from me for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.